My name is Tony Green. I am an artist, musician from New Orleans, and this is my exhibition of paintings, watercolors, and etchings that is being featured at the Academy Gallery in New Orleans up on 5256 Magazine Street, 2009 April, and the show will run till May 8th. Now, what I have behind me are my etchings. This exhibition is divided up into three parts. There's New Orleans, there's Venice, not Venice, Louisiana, but Venice, Italy, where I've spent the last 27 years of my life painting. And then something about the New World Order, which deals with what the agenda is of the global elite and how it's now finally becoming public to people here. So I felt it was important to include this into my exhibition because we need to wake people up to what's going on around the world. So it's what we would call an information war. So these etchings that are behind me here deal with certain subjects that are sensitive in this country because our Ministry of Propaganda is extremely efficient. And so they don't allow this information to get out to the sheeple. But with an exhibition like this, I'm hoping that people come in and maybe ask questions and maybe be an opportunity for me to plant one seed or two so we can get a nice big flower garden of illuminated people, and then eventually we can cut off the head of the snake, which is called the New World Order. So, we'll talk about this one here, which is an etching. But before I continue, I must tell you that I cannot take credit for the imagery here because I got these ideas from a guy called David Dees, D-E-E-S. So this isn't about me, this is just about the message. So you might say this is a group effort. So these etchings are an interpretation of David Dees' idea. So fluoride, for those of you who know or don't know, fluoride of course is in your toothpaste and in your water, and you think it's a good thing. In fact, you've been programmed to believe it's a good thing, but it doesn't take much research to find out that fluoride is actually something very bad for your brain. It brings down your IQ, and the Nazis even used it in their laboratory experiments with the Jewish prisoners. They had fluoride in the water there. So they found out how effective it was as turning people into just these sort of apathetic drones, you know. Now this is actually, if you do a little research on your $1 bill, it is just a complete occult document, okay? It's just pregnant with things from the Freemasons, but not that all Freemasons are bad, but you know, if you work up the pyramid, it has 13 steps and leading up to the capstone, and you know, the capstone are the illuminated ones, the ones that know about all, the ones that are in charge. That's the head of the snake I'm talking about that needs to be decapitated, you know? I mean, folks, look, it's as simple as this. You have maybe 300 people that are ruling this whole game, okay? And you have 6.5 billion citizens of the planet. I think I see a solution, huh? Wake up this 6.5 billion people, and then these guys cease to exist. Okay, that's the basic message behind all this, all right? Free speech, okay? Man with the manacles on it, the handcuffs, etc. That's what we're going to. You need to understand that this country, we're not free anymore. The worst kind of jail is when you cannot see the bars. In a dictatorship, you know who's in charge, you know what their agenda is. In our country, we think we're free, but if you do any sort of research, wake up, find out what the false paradigm of the Republican Democratic Party, that there is no two-party system here, there's only one party, and try standing on a chair and shouting out 911, it was an inside job, and see what free speech is all about, see what the reaction is, which brings us to this one here, which is a brilliant piece of imagery here. 911 inside job, alarm clock, wake up everybody. And we even have a cameo appearance by a guy called Alex Jones, who has woken up many people to what this is all about. You would say he is the tip of the spear of the fight against the New World Order. He, for the last 20 years, has been working on this stuff, and he's got predicted 911. You can Google up, Alex Jones predicts 911 on his little cable TV show. Why does he know this stuff? Because he does his research. You can do the research too. You can be an Alex Jones, you know? That's all it takes, kids. It's just stepping away from the programming, and with each step you take away from the programming, you take a step towards something called self-actualization, where you find out who you truly are. And that's what this is all about at the end of the day, okay? It's not so much down with the government. It's about up with the people, and the people understanding that we're all connected. And when we understand this hive mentality in a good sense, then we make that quantum leap to a higher consciousness. And that's why we're here. We're the best space creature out there, folks. I love this one. It has great graphic strength. It's simple. It's right to the point. That funny little pyramid we were talking about with the eye of Horus, which goes back to Egyptian times. It's not God, kids. I'm sorry to rob you of innocence, but you know, and who's in control? You know, the stripes going a different way. It pretty much speaks for itself. Chemtrails. And you're looking up in the sky and you're watching this plane go by at a very high altitude. It leaves behind this feathered sort of exhaust that, if you watch it, it doesn't go away. Not only does it not go away, it expands and it gets bigger. And you turn around and go, there's another one going in that direction, and you watch that one expand. And as the hours go by, you watch your beautiful blue day all of a sudden turn into this sort of shroud, this gray shroud. Looks like it's about to snow. It's covered with these pathogens, metallic pathogens, which are what's inside of these exhausts here. Metallic pathogens consisting of barium and aluminum, which are highly toxic, okay? Now there's many different reasons why they do this. Some say it's to create a global antenna in the ionosphere so that they can knock out other missiles that might be attacking our country, for weather control. And recently, Obama administration have come out and admitted that yes, we are spraying the skies, but of course it's for your benefit, because to stop the global warming, because this is part of the eugenics plan to demonize human beings, okay? To tell you that we're bad, we should be punished, and as if it's those brown and black people that are dying, well, it's okay because they just kind of get in the way. It's all part of the dots, okay? And you start connecting these dots, and then your picture's going to be there. You're going to see the clear picture. And after the anger subsides, then get involved. Get involved. And then you can be part of history. You can be part of the continuum of humanity. And that's what this is all about, kids. Well, this one pretty much speaks for itself. Again, these are ideas of David Dees. Brilliant guy. Look him up. He is on the cutting edge. He gets right to the point. And I think this is excellent because it gets right to the point of, you know, who we've devolved to. This is about the domestication of the species. And so here's the abyss, the great abyss between, you know, our culture, the dumbing down of our culture, the fattening of our culture, the creating the perfect sheeple. Because if you really want to understand how the New World Order works, put yourself in their position. How would you want to create a global fascist government with the least resistance possible? If we could medicate the people so that they have certain blind spots to the truth, but when the truth does begin to emerge, we'll take control of that movement, and we'll always have a way, because we control the media, because, you know, the military-industrial complex controls the media, and the bankers control the military-industrial complex, and then we have that funny little pyramid with the eye that controls all the banks. So that's the head of the snake we're going to decapitate eventually. Okay, this one is another David Dees composition, you know, brilliant David Dees. And this one speaks for itself, the deliberate dumbing down of America, okay? And what they do, they want to get the kids at an early age. So they get them hooked on these psychotropic drugs here, okay? To bring them down, to take away all their childhood tendencies, you know, as they become enamored with life and excited and all the enthusiasm of running around. Oh no, we can't have that. We can't have that. Because we must control them at an early age. And then let's just talk about cell phones, all right? Cell phone technology is the weapon of the New World Order, okay? The cell towers, etc., do a lot. These kids are very young, so what happens, their brains are much more impressionable, much more vulnerable to the microwaves of these cell phones. So there's going to be a huge outbreak of brain cancer coming up, and it's all part of the soft kill. All right? The soft kill that is brought to you by fluoride, that's brought to you by chemtrails, that's brought to you by genetically modified foods, brought to you by cell phones, and who knows what else. So that whole grid system, you must wake up to the grid system that you're in. You know, think of your families, think of the future of humanity, step back from the grid system, and we must come up with a way to defeat this, okay? And we will, we will.